trapped inside the mortuary. Strangers rushed to help him as his cries echoed through the tiled corridors. But as the father fell, something else fell too. And it wasn't just tears. A few minutes later, Meshach gathered himself and stepped outside to address the press. But mid-sentence, he paused. "I can't find my phone." The search began, especially around the area where he had collapsed. When dialed, the phone rang once, then fell silent. After about 30 minutes, it was found, lying near a bench within the mortuary compound. Meshach switched it back on. Then the calls began. The first was from a man named Charles, claiming he had been sent by Faustine Lucail, better known as Baba Talisha. Charles said Faustine wanted to meet Meshach in person. But Meshach, still in shock and drained, replied, "Say whatever it is on phone." Then came the proposal. They wanted to create a fundraising pay bill number using Meshach's identity. But there was a catch. They wanted access to the funds and 45% of all money raised. Meshach, confused and alarmed, told Charles he didn't understand what he was talking about. The conversation ended. At that moment, journalist and activist Hanifa Adan Farafi arrived and took Meshach to Chaka Place, an apartment complex along Kinderuma Road in Hurlingham. There, Hanifa, Meshach and family members created an official pay bill number, 4699944, registered under the name Albert Omondi Ojwang. The family were made joint signatories, but that was just the beginning. Later that same evening, another person arrived, Meshach Kiprono Biwot, widely known as Tumbili. He too requested to create a pay bill. But Meshach declined. "We've already created one."
I want to request him to persist.
That night, comedian Eric Omondi and his team, Sisi Kwasisi, also arrived. They created a separate pay bill number 247247. By the next day, confusion exploded online. Which pay bill was genuine? Donors were unsure where to send their contributions. Why was everyone so eager to open a pay bill account? Was it grief or greed? Meanwhile, money started pouring into Meshach's personal M-Pesa number. It filled up quickly. The overflow spilled into M-Shwari, then into KCB M-Pesa, all full. If you did the math, it ran into millions, but as fast as the money came in, it vanished. The next morning, reports surfaced. Meshach's number was sending text messages to his saved contacts, asking them to send money to a new number, claiming the original one was full. In a panic, Meshach tried withdrawing funds to create space. But when he checked his account, M-Pesa, 0. M-Shwari, 0. KCB, M-Pesa, 0. Everything was gone. Only the funds in the official pay bill remained untouched because the fraudsters failed to access it.
I want to request him to persist.
It was only the money sent to Meshach's personal M-Pesa that was wiped clean. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we return to that moment at the Nairobi City mortuary. The moment Meshach collapsed in grief. Do you remember what else fell that day? Because someone else remembers. They were watching. And they made their move. What happened at Nairobi City mortuary wasn't just tragic. It was calculated, cold, ruthless. You see, the theft of Meshach Ojwang's phone wasn't just an act of opportunistic crime. It was a premeditated digital heist. The goal wasn't to sell the phone, it was to hijack Meshach's identity. Behind the scenes, elite fraudsters were already at work. They didn't perform a basic SIM swap. No, this was far more sophisticated. It was a rare and advanced technique called SIM splitting. In a normal SIM swap, the original SIM card loses signal. But in SIM splitting, both the original and the cloned SIM remain active. mirroring each other in real time. This is only possible through insider access to telecom infrastructure or high-level hacking expertise. That's exactly what they did to Meshack Ojwang. While Meshack was collapsing in grief as crowds gathered to lift him up, the criminals were lifting something else entirely. They pickpocketed his phone, and they stayed with it for 30 to 40 minutes, orchestrating evil schemes with it, while everyone else was desperately searching. Using the cloned SIM, they were able to intercept OTPs, one-time passwords, reset PINs, bypass two-factor authentication and access. His M-Pesa account, his M-Shwari loan wallet, his KCB M-Pesa account. Then they waited, like vultures circling a wounded animal, as Kenyans poured in their support, sending funds to help a grieving father. The scammers were watching. And once the M-Pesa daily limit was reached, they wiped out everything. Every shilling sent to Meshack's personal number was withdrawn within seconds, and he never saw it coming. His pain became their opportunity, his tears, their jackpot. Later, Meshack Ojwang went to Safaricom. What they discovered was chilling. There were 2 twin SIM cards active under his number, both operating simultaneously. They were mirroring each other. Safaricom acted quickly, blocked the cloned SIM, and restored control back to Meshack. But it was already too late. The damage had been done, but that wasn't the end.
Has been sending messages soliciting for money.
These fraudsters didn't just stop at Meshack Ojwang, no. They wanted to fully exploit Albert Ojwang's death and turn it into a jackpot. While others were mourning, to them, it was a Christmas party. When Albert Ojwang died, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, stepped in to investigate, following mounting public pressure. One of the key suspects arrested,
The OCS.
Samson Talam, the Officer Commanding Station, OCS, at Nairobi Central Police Station. His phone was confiscated and handed over to
Share it openly now.
IPOA for forensic analysis. But then, the same thing happened again. While Talam's phone was still in IPOA custody, fraudsters cloned it using the same SIM-splitting method. Suddenly, text messages started going out to people in Talam's contact list. One of the messages read, "Hi, I'm Samson Talam's lawyer. I am operating with the OCS's full permission. He is requesting and appealing to well-wishers to contribute whatever they can to this pay bill account." They even included a bank account number. But among the people who received the message was Yusuf Hussein Al-Haji, a senior police officer working directly on Talam's case. Alarmed, he forwarded it to lawyer Dunstan Omari, who immediately flagged it in court. And then came the burning questions. "Your Honour," Omari said, "for a SIM card to be cloned, the original SIM must first be physically accessed. The Independent Policing Oversight Authority claims the phone has never left their custody. So, how did the fraudsters get to it? Who tampered with evidence? Who is leaking phones from IPOA custody?" The court was stunned. Some people had already sent money. Beatrice Cherop Kemutai sent 8,500 Kenya shillings, and many others sent what they could. But the fraudsters, they drained it all. The matter was handed over to the DCI, and to this day, the investigation continues. If the fraud ring behind Talam's cloned line is ever exposed, it could very well link back to the same syndicate that targeted Meshack Ojwang. Has anyone ever approached you and said, "Please help me. I just need to put my SIM card in your phone and make a quick call"? Did you give them your phone? If you did, you may have unknowingly opened a digital trapdoor. While their SIM card is inside your phone, they're not just making a call. They could be copying sensitive data directly from your device into their SIM card. Yes, that's right. Reverse data transfer. They can extract your SIM card IMEI number, your SMS inbox and contact list, your frequently used USSD codes, your M-Pesa activity trail, your phone's unique digital footprint. And with that, They now have everything they need to clone your SIM, operate a parallel line, and infiltrate your digital life without ever stealing your phone. Never again. Here's what they can do in less than 30 seconds. Clone your SIM using advanced forensic tools, access your messages, call logs, and stored contacts. Copy your M-Pesa statements and loan data. Steal your OTPs and reset your passwords. Mirror your WhatsApp and Telegram chats. Track your financial behavior. Link your identity to fraudulent pay bill accounts. They don't care about your phone. They want your identity. And your identity, dear viewer, is far more valuable than any gadget. So next time someone says, "Let me just use your phone real quick," say no, politely but firmly. Because in this digital age, your data is your life. Protect it. And from all of us here at Lifelens TV, that's all we had for you today. This expose was sponsored by Hanifa Adan, and to her, we say thank you for amplifying truth. If this story shocked you, moved you, or opened your eyes, don't just scroll. Subscribe to Lifelens TV because we are your eyes when no one is watching. Like, share, and comment below. More updates are coming as this case unfolds, and we promise to be the first to bring you the truth. Until then, stay safe, stay alert,